Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi with Retail Insider. Joining me today is Paul Wood, President and CEO of Giant Tiger. Thanks for joining us today, Paul.
Hey, thank you for having me, Mario. Pleasure to be here.
Well, you recently were awarded with the 2022 Canadian Retailer of the Year recipient with Retail Council of Canada. Just give me your thoughts, Paul, on achieving that award.
Yeah, well, thanks, Mario. It was certainly a surprise to me when Deanne Brisebois called and informed me of that, and absolutely an honor, but certainly a humbling experience as well. But you know, first and foremost, it's due to the fantastic team that I have the privilege of leading and working with every day, both from my own executive team at our home office, but including all of parts of our business. Team Tiger, we like to call it, has over 10,000 members from coast to coast to coast. And it's an absolute pleasure to work with them every day. And certainly this award is only a testament to their perseverance and their hard work and dedication to our customers and our communities across the country.
Mm-hmm. Now, besides the team itself, any thoughts on the reasons of why Giant Tiger has been so successful over the years?
Yeah, I think we've enjoyed a measure of success, largely in part to staying true to who we are and staying true to our values as a company, and most importantly, staying connected to our communities and to our customers, and trying to ensure that we always listen to them and do our best to respond and continue to evolve and develop our offering to surprise and delight them every time they come and visit our store.
Mm-hmm. Paul, how long have you been with Giant Tiger now?
So I've been with Giant Tiger just over 19 years now, Mario. It's time has really flown by, but it's been quite a ride and a wonderful journey so far.
And what was your background before joining Giant Tiger?
Yeah, so I'm actually a chartered public accountant, so a CPA by trade. I came up through the finance ranks, but was fortunate enough in those years at Giant Tiger to be exposed to and involved in a lot of projects and have accountability across a breadth of areas of the business, much more than just finance. And so while that's been a great kind of business foundation for me, it's really been a journey of being engrossed in the retail business and different aspects of that, from supply chain and distribution and human resources and legal and store development and real estate and merchandise planning and a number of areas in addition to finance, a number of projects as we grew as a business over that time frame. So I've been real privileged to work with some great folks that have certainly instilled a lot of their knowledge over the years as well.
What do you like about this industry itself and being in this industry?
Yeah, retail is so fast-paced. There's always something new, always something changing. It is very dynamic in that sense. A lot of innovation over the last number of years as well, with the advent of the digital side of the business. And so it's just, there's always the new challenge, and you couple that with the opportunity to work with great people every day and to be in a kind of an active, evolving industry. It's something I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Now, we all know that we've been through some difficult times here as people and as businesses over the pandemic over the last 2+ years. What are the current challenges that maybe yourself, Giant Tiger, still faces in this environment, or because of that environment, and the industry, retail industry in general?
Yeah, well, I think, we have seen some improvements in some of the areas that were really challenged early on. There are still pressures and impacts that we're dealing with across the supply chain side of our business that is still subject to some disruption. I think of late, Where we're getting additional pressure is in the talent side and in the
Mm,
just the human resources in finding team members in certain parts of the country for certain roles.
yeah.
That has become more of a challenge of over the last 3 to 6 months for sure. And now we're really seeing the impacts of inflation on our business. You're seeing the costs being passed through from vendors into the products, and so as retailers, you have to navigate those waters, dealing with the pressures of competition, with the ability of our consumer to absorb price inflation, and not to mention all of the impacts on our own cost and expense base through fuel, through transportation, and as it starts to trickle into wage rates and those sorts of things, either through legislated minimum wage increases or just the competitive pressures to respond in a tight labor market. So the game doesn't get any easier for sure, as we learned, I think, a lot through the pandemic about the need to be as agile as possible and to really expect the unexpected. And I think the teams really developed that skill set to be able to respond nimbly and quickly to whatever the next challenge is. And I think we've long given up the idea that this was going to be a temporary blip and everything was going to go back to kind of nice, easy, normal, because the world is demonstrating that that's not the case right now. It's just you're moving from one challenge and crisis, so to speak, into another, and all the while still being challenged to point the company in the right direction for what may be coming several years down the road, and dealing with these short-term pressures while that's underway.
Mhm. What do you think the retail industry learned through the pandemic, and some of the key lessons taken from that time period?
I think one of the most important things that was really brought home to us was the essential nature of what we provide as an industry to Canadians, to our consumers, particularly on the food side, which garnered a lot of food and consumables that garnered a lot of attention during the early days of the pandemic. But I think even more broadly than that, when some of the restrictions were applied, saying certain products were non-essential, some are essential to people, even though they weren't consumable in their circumstance, in their situation. And it's a privilege, but also a pretty hefty responsibility that we as retailers play in this country to ensure that Canadians get what they need when they need it across this country. The way the geography extends, it's not we have some challenges in this country of just getting product from one end to the other sometimes, and I think that was really brought home to roost. I think the other thing that was really impressed upon us, like what I said, is the need to remain kind of agile and sharp and on your toes.
Mhm.
Initially, it was a bit of survival mode that kicked in, and people, I think, realized they could move at a faster pace and do more things than they maybe had been accustomed to doing. The danger as we went forward was finding a level of sustainability to that survival mode, so to speak, so that folks didn't get burned out, and yet we're still able to respond at pace and make those quick decisions to keep the essential pipelines flowing. And so for us, I think those were probably two of the most key things. And then above all of it was really still the importance of serving the customer. We became a bit of an outlet in a world where people didn't go out or weren't able to go out much for a period of time, and yet the team was there on the front line in the store, accepting product, stocking shelves, delivering product to the stores, and keeping that avenue open for folks in a very limited world that we were in for a period of time. And just the importance of the team and the relationship with our customer, I think, was also reinforced really during this time frame.
All right, super. How many stores the company have right now?
We are up to 265 now across the country. and growing. So enjoying that opportunity of continuing to find new markets to expand into and to reach more Canadians with our brand in a bricks and mortar format, and at the same time really continuing to work at improving and developing our digital experience online at gianttiger.com.
Is there anything new with the company?
Well, I think we strive to find something new every day. We're continuing to find ways to raise the bar on the assortment that we offer, to expand the digital channel and our reach there to more Canadians, to improve our store experience for our customers. I think all those things are things that we work at every day, trying to improve and to make new. We recently launched a kind of refreshed store format and store design that we rolled out in our new flagship store here in Ottawa, attached to our office, and that components of that will begin to work their way through the chain across the country as we move ahead, and really trying to just refresh the experience again, take it up a notch, simplify some of the signage, and improve some of the lighting and the experience from a fresh perspective, encompass some of the needs for that future omni-channel world in the kind of digital by online pickup in store aspects, and incorporating some self-checkouts into the mix and those kinds of things. So lots of innovation and kind of continuing to push the bar, and that extends then into the assortment and the great products we offer in grocery, home, and fashion for our customers.
Now, you mentioned growth. Any thoughts of and ideas of how much you can grow the physical footprint across Canada?
Yeah, I think that's we see still some pretty solid opportunity. If we look at our network of only being 265 stores across the country, we're well understored relative to a number of our key competitors, or a number of the other retailers across the country that we would compete with in the markets that we're in. And so for us, it's finding the right space and doing it successfully, doing it profitably. We've always been focused at ensuring that we can be where we need to be to service Canadians, but at the same time do it true to our value of being a frugal discount retailer, so we can pass those great savings and low prices every day onto our consumers, so that we still have to focus at ensuring our model and our costs stay as low as possible while reaching as many people as possible.
Now, you mentioned, being a discount retailer. I'm just wondering, in this current environment, for consumers that are facing so many inflationary pressures everywhere, like, cost of gas to you name it, interest rates, mortgages on their homes, etc. Do you think, I hate to use this word, but do you think you benefit from that environment as in the space that you're in?
Look, we really enjoy being in the discount space, and I think for all those reasons that you've just mentioned, that we would expect more Canadians to explore spending more of their money in the discount channel as time goes forward. We've seen that trend even prior to COVID and prior to the inflation hitting in recent months here. So we like being positioned in the discount space. It is a very dynamic, growing part of the Canadian retail industry, and it's where we've played since the very beginning. And so it's in our DNA. It's the focus at providing that the best value possible on on-trend fashion and on great finds in general merchandise and for your home, and then that fantastic grocery prices every day in our stores on familiar products, branded products as well. And so all of those things combined, I think for us, we believe we're a great option for Canadians to check out if they haven't previously, and for the customers that we do serve on a regular basis, that they choose to spend a little more with us and spend a little more time with us than they do already. So we're open for that, for sure.
All right, super. Thanks, Paul, for joining us today.
Hey, my pleasure, Mario. It's a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, super. That was Paul Wood, who is president and CEO of Giant Tiger. I'm Mario Toneguzzi with Retail Insider. Thanks for joining us today.